6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
International superstar, Miss Mother B.
You are now tuned in to Butter B Rocker on Transparency Talks Podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Transparency Talks Podcast. It is a beautiful day. We are all still here. So make sure that you guys are doing something about that. Make sure you elevate your mind, do something creative with your life. I know that COVID, I know that they've let things slide a little bit and people are out now. I've been wanting to get out, but still make sure that you stay safe. Make sure that you're wearing your mask, or make sure that you have that vaccine so that you can be around people and be safe, because COVID is real. Also, I would like to say congratulations to all of the graduates. My son graduated. I know a lot of people that have graduated from high school and college. Congratulations to all of the graduates. With all of that being said, we have an amazing show for you guys today. We have Mr. Stix, Josey, and Kaliyah. One moment, everybody. Hello.
Hi. Hey.
How y'all doing?
How you doing? How's everything?
I'm doing really good.
Right.
I'm doing really good. So I want both of you guys to tell the audience a little bit about yourselves. Who wants to go first? Kaliyah?
I go first. Hi, I'm Kaliyah. I'm 18 years old. I started making music when I was about 13 going on 14. I put my first album out when I was 14 called I'm Here Now. And then I made my second album coming of age around 15, 16. Then I went to my third album, Pull Up, around 17 turned 18. Mm-hmm. And then I did the Stay Fly soundtrack to the movie that we just did last year. I played one of the lead actresses in that too. I played Diamond. And
TV show?
And a TV show, American Family Dreamers, that's out on Amazon Prime. So I did a couple movies. I'm in one right now called Judge Not, that's filming out in Atlanta. I did the theme song. I wrote and sung the theme song of Pinch.
It's out on Tubi, right?
Yeah, that movie is out on Tubi, and I'm the face of that movie as well. What else? Right now I'm working on an album as well, so that's like six albums right now.
And you just signed what?
And I just signed an artist too.
Let us say hi. Let's say hi. Say hi.
Hello. I signed my first artist is a couple of days ago. Her name is Tu. She's a rapper, and it's been really great. I'm producing now. So and I'm playing Aaliyah and Kaliyah in the new Back and Forth Untold movie. So
yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah.
She graduates in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You just said a whole mouthful. Like, I'm over here smiling like a parent or something, because I'm like, wow, you're 18. Oh my God. It's people in the world that can't hold down two things. You got so many things going on. Okay, Kaliyah, I see you. We see you.
All right. You got 3 jobs.
She got 3 jobs.
Is she great or not? But she got 3 jobs. Great jobs. I hear her voice.
All right. So, Stix, Josey, you are a producer, director, a writer, an author. I mean, you do a little bit of everything too. Give a little background about yourself.
Well, my name is Stix, Josey, as you alluded to. I've been in the industry about 30 years. I started out at Sony Records thanks to a brother named Prodigy, God rest his soul. He discovered me, got me signed to Sony for 5 years. I was able to produce everybody from Wu-Tang, John Legend, Mobb Deep, a little bit of everybody. And I got with Michael Winslow, a guy who was a funny guy. And I started touring with him. I became his road manager and producer. And that's how I got into acting. And once I got into acting, I said, I want to take this all the way. So I went to film school in California. Ended up making my first movie, Angels Around Me. I won Best Director at the Philadelphia Film Festival. The rest is history. And I act, I direct, I write, I score, I do a little bit of everything. But the most important thing I'm doing right now is being partners to this young lady right here. You know, we own a company together. It's called Spotlight Entertainment, and that's the greatest joy of my life right now. And I feel like the 30 years I've been in this has led up to this point right here in this moment. I've worked with you. I've been out in Atlanta with you, and I'm also getting ready to I got a little spot in this movie, you know, called The Perfect Guy that's coming out real soon. You know what I mean? That my girl Butter is the director and writer of, and she gave me a little spot in that, so I'm excited about that. And I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Wow, you got a whole lot going on too. But we're gonna back it up a little bit because y'all breeze through your whole life. And we're gonna dissect this thing. So you actually started playing drums at age 6, correct?
6 years old, correct. That is correct.
Okay. And by the time you was 14, you was already on some albums and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. I was in some gospel albums at that time. By the time I was 14 years old, I got pretty good at it, and I was good enough to get on the album, you know, for the Soul Revivers. And I think, I mean, my stepdad, rest in peace, but they got me on my first album, and I knew that was it right there. I'm gonna do this thing.
so when did you feel that first love? At age 6, or like?
That's it.
Okay.
So what happened is, I moved to Boston with my mom. I was living in Springfield with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Came and got me. Took me to see my first movie called Superfly. And when I seen that movie, I seen Ryan O'Neal. I said, "He kind of my color." And I seen Curtis Mayfield getting ill on the music and everything like that. I said, "Oh, I want to do that too. Let me get into that." Next thing you know, I went to the Boston Common. This gentleman had jumped off his drum set. I ran and jumped right on his drum set and just started playing. Didn't know what I was doing. My mom was like, "Get off that drum set." He was like, No, let him play. Then he talked me through it. Next thing you know, the following week, I had a drum set, and the rest is history. And I had the name Stix. And that's what it is right there.
Okay, so that's where you got the nickname Stix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the one thing that I really like about this duo here is you're a family.
Yes.
So I'm team family. Y'all know that about me. So I truly love, this duo that you'll have going on with Spotlight Entertainment and everything. I think it's very important that you pick up and bring people with you. You know what I mean? And to work with your niece is awesome. Yeah. When did you notice and discover, man, she is really good? This is, let's do something.
I'm gonna let her tell that story.
Okay. So about 6 years ago, he used to produce my mom when she was younger. She used to do hooks for him because he was doing rappers back then, and she would just sing hooks for him and stuff like that. So he was back here. He called my mom and he was like, "Hey, can you do a hook for me?" And she was like, "I can't. I'm doing hair right now. I'm singing Kaliyah." But last time he seen me, I was 12. And my voice was all out of control, and I was just singing just to sing. Right. I didn't have no type of direction. I was just singing. So he was like, I mean, go ahead. You can send her over. So I walked over there, and then I got to the door, and he's like, "Who is this?" Like, I was a little more grown up now, So we go down to the booth, and he's like, "Have you ever been in a studio before?" And I was like, "No, I do none of this. I didn't know how to sing." So he told me what to sing. I got on the hooks, and then he was like, he had to look through the glass to see if that was even me singing.
See if it was her. Like, wait a minute, dude, she got the phone like this, and her mom is in there chiming in. I'm like, okay.
So right on the spot, he wrote a song real quick. He wrote "Playing in the Rain," and then he was like, "Sing that," and then I sang that, and he called my mom. He was like, "What's Kaliyah doing for the rest of her life?" She was like, "I don't know." He signed me, and then
the rest is history.
That's
right. And when she turned 18 years old, she went from just being my artist to I made her my partner. And it was the best move I ever made in my life. I said, "You're my partner." That's what it's all about. We family. She never missed a beat. Like I said, she graduates in a couple of weeks.
Congratulations on your graduation.
Yeah, she's got, three jobs, regular jobs, not just the music and all. 3 jobs. I mean, she never misses a beat. You see, she went and picked up our artist. She just got off work. I just got off work. She went and picked up our artist, and she's here, And after this interview, we got another interview. I mean, we had an interview last night till late. So, I mean, we're always working, but she never misses a beat. And I'm so proud of her. She's only 18 years old, everybody. 18.
Yeah.
Real 18. Not 32 trying to act like she's 18. She's really 18.
Right. I'm proud of you too, Kaliyah. And I just met you, but I had the chance of meeting you, you know, when we was working on this project, Judge Not, and just seeing you in action. You know, I look a lot behind the scenes at people when I look at their character and how they act when they're off camera too, you know, because one thing when you're on camera, of course, you're gonna be ready, you know what I mean? But what do you act like when you're off camera? And even off camera, you're a very sweet young lady. You was handling your business, and I have much respect for you. So congratulations on your graduation. I started at a very young age too. I started at 4, and then I started taking it serious around 12, 13. So when did you, Kaliyah, actually say, you know what? I actually really like this singing thing. When did you start singing?
Well, I always was singing in the choir as a little girl. Like I did everything, soprano, alto, solos, everything. Like I did it all in the church. So I really always was brought up singing and dancing, doing all that in the church. And then when I turned, I went to him at 12, and then I just wasn't ready yet. Like I said, my voice was all over the place. I was just singing still. So, I got a little older, 13, 14, and then I went back, and it was like, okay, she's a little more, developed. And still at that young age, most of the time you can't grasp the focus and be like, oh, she's ready for this, because you still, you don't know what you really want to do.
Right.
But when I went to that studio, I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do any artist development?
Yeah. So what I did is, I was on Sony for 5 years. So I'm still developing her. In 6 years, I'm still continue to develop her. And that's why when you see her in person on set, she is who she is, because she follows my lead, and I try to have her mirror image me. And you know how I am, I don't change. I'm the same right now as I am off camera, on camera, and I live by those things. And I believe that even what I'm showing her, she's going to show the new artist Tucci the same thing,
Right.
She's gotten it firsthand, for 6 years. So
Right.
the development never stops.
Right. Okay, so going back to Kaliyah a little bit. By 16, you was already an artist, an actress. You had 2 albums under your belt. Now you have 4 albums under your belt and 5 or 6 movies. I didn't lost count on the movies. How does that feel knowing that you are literally 18 years old? Because by the time you're 30 and stuff like that, you're going to have like tons of Grammys and, before 30, you know what I'm saying? But how does that feel?
It feels great. It feels like I'm really young. I be forgetting sometimes because I be like, I do this and I do that. And when I'm talking to other people, it's like, you're so young and you did so much. And I'm like, I really sit back and think about like, I really did. I did a lot at an age like this. And it's incredible to be like, I did so many things. And I'm proud of myself. And I have a great team that is proud of me as well. So I'm very supportive of my support team.
Yeah. Okay. So Stix, you were a producer and then you transitioned to film, which was first acting. How did you get into the whole, I'm not just going to act, I'm going to write it, I'm going to direct it, I'm going to produce it. That's a whole lot of hats.
It is.
Where did that come from? Like,
I knew that's what I wanted to do initially. So what I did is I just followed suit. I watched some of the other greats that have done it. And I'm like, okay, I got to get in here. I came into the music world as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Into the world of film as an actor, but let me go to film school. Once I go to film school, it's a wrap. You ain't gonna
right.
And then from there, I started writing, wrote my first movie in 5 days, and I was filming it 3 weeks later, and the rest is history. And I ain't stopped since. I could write movies in 4 or 5 days easily, like a whole script. And you see me in action. You see, right. I could. Oh, the script ain't the script's messed up. Are we changing it? You see, I could change it on the fly. Okay, you're gonna do this. You're gonna say that or whatever. And that all came from being creative in music as well. Well, first off, it's all from God.
Right.
So all from God. So, but I knew when I first started, I was gonna come in as a producer. As the number one guy. And I don't mean it in that way, but I know what I want. I don't know anything else. In order to give direction, you got to follow direction. I went to the military at 17. So I learned how to, be disciplined. I did 7 years. I work for the military now, and I stay really disciplined. And you see how I carry myself. I give respect, but I demand respect.
Absolutely, absolutely. So your first movie,
Mhm.
take me back to what that felt like to see it go from your mind to on paper to actually you're casting people, and now this is a full blown project. Because as you know, I'm in my first stage of doing my first feature film that I'm writing and producing and directing and everything.
Yeah.
And I have like jitterbug. I have so many emotions going on. You know what I mean? So
But
take
you
us through that.
I take through it. So me, when I first did it, a friend named Carl Clemens. We both had a good friend of ours, mutual friends named Max Starks. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so we were all good friends. So I said, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and write this movie. We call Angels Around Me. I'm gonna die, but my quest is to come back to Earth to save you. You're gonna be a rapper, and I'm gonna save you, and I'm gonna save you. And your uncle's the one that killed me, but I'm gonna save you. So it was really a challenge for me. So I wrote that in 5 days. 3 weeks later, like I said, I flew him up from Pittsburgh. He came down, had Will Smith's cousin, Derek Hammond. Him and I, he helped co-direct it with me because it was my first movie, and that's Will Smith's first cousin. Their fathers are brothers. So I went in there. I knew what I wanted right from the rip. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. And it was really easy. I had a great DP, which was Jeremy Traub. Big shout out to him who believed in me in my first movie. And we just had a good, pretty good cast and crew. Had people from all over the country come down, and we went to Boston and filmed it. And then after that, it got accepted into the Philadelphia Film Festival. I brought Will Smith's dad, God rest his soul. We brought him to the viewing. And I had like 45 people on stage that was part of my movie. It felt so good. And when they announced the matter of fact, they gave us so much love. I didn't know I had won Best Director until I walked out of the building.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was that type of thing. And so they called me back, and it's been a great journey since then. So I know what you're going through, and I know what you're feeling. But I told you, I'm here. I got you too. So
I appreciate it.
absolutely.
So how do you come up with your concepts? And Kaliyah, you also write. So this is a good question for both. Stix, how do you come up with your concepts for your movies? And Kaliyah, how do you come up with your concept for your songs?
I let it come to me, and like depends on whatever I'm feeling. Like right now is COVID thing we're going through. So the movie I'm writing right now is called Fallen City 2022, and it's about the mutation, of the virus. I won't get into it too much or whatever, but they put little teasers out already about that. It just comes to me like that. So that's my inspiration. It's just like if I do music or anything like that, I may get on the piano first, or I may get on the bass line, or the drums, whatever I do, it just all comes to me, and I just piece it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Not to bite off what you're saying, but with music is kind of the same for me too. I go off the beat. That he always makes the beat first, and whatever I'm feeling towards that beat or whatever really just comes to me. That's how I write. Just in my phone typing to the beat.
I noticed when I was a kid, when I was around 12 and 13, I used to write just off the top of my dome.
Right.
And then as I started going into the studio more, it would be after I listened to the tracks, that's when I would start, creating my songs and everything like that. And I kind of shied away from just doing it off the top of the dome, but I missed that part because that was straight raw. You know what I mean? So if you can do it just off the top of your head and come up with your own melody and all that type of stuff prior to the music even coming in there, that's even better to me. Because the music, of course, when you hear the music is going to dictate where you go, especially if it's already a track that's already, written. Whereas if it's a song that you wrote and it doesn't have music, you're singing whatever melody you hear, and stuff like that. Okay. So what has been some challenges you guys have faced in this industry?
I would say, challenges. Every day is a challenge. You run into something every day, but we have our faith is God. I'd say fake people.
Fake people, yeah.
Bad energy.
Say that again.
Fake people.
Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3.
Fake people.
So yeah.
The negative energy and stuff like that, but we never try to, dwell on that too long because that's how you get stuck. You don't want to be stuck nowhere. So That's really it.
And to reiterate what she just said, the same thing. The challenge is people who are probably 1,000 times better than you could ever be, but they'll take so much energy and put it into you. You're the best at what you do. Why are you putting energy into her or me? Like, do your thing. I'm all set. I don't feed into any negativity, because at the end of the day, it's all about the man above, and that's all it comes down to. And just my thing is older, you know, I'm almost 60 years old, and I want to see her, reach that level of success that I've never reached. I just want to see it happen for her. That's why I'm giving her all the tools that I have inside of me, so she can carry that torch and bring up other young artists like Tooch and whomever else they may want to do down the road or whatever. So I could just sit back and cut it from around, and just have them just, give me some geriatrics or something like that. I'm good to go. That's all I need. I'm straight.
Okay. So back to the films. Stix, how do you select your cast, and how do you find your locations?
But for the cast members, as I'm writing it, I'll think about who I know first, because I know a lot of people. So I know this person will be good for that role. This person will be good for that role. I'll reach out to them. I'll tell them about the story a little bit or whatever. And if they say, yeah, I'm digging that, then I'll go ahead and I'll get them the script. When I make a decision to cast a person, I've already thought it through. I already know what they're capable of. I don't do casting calls or things like that, because a lot of the people I work with, I know. It's not to say that I wouldn't, but even if somebody came to me or whatever, I would say, well, let me see something. So I would look at some of their previous work, and I can base it. I make my determination off of what I see them do. Because as an actor myself, not just being a director, I'm able to show them what I need them to do. And
I always think that that's an advantage if you are able to not just talk it, but you can also give examples and show the stuff.
Yeah. So that's it. I just kind of, I know who I'm going to cast, and locations. I pretty much, as I'm writing the script, as a director, I write as a writer too. As a writer, I write it out as though I'm painting the picture. I'll explain what this is. So in my mind, I'm already thinking about that location, so that's pretty much how it goes.
Okay. So what advice do you give to a new writer or a new director and stuff that is just getting started?
I would say, when in Rome, do what the Romans do, right? So at the end of the day, go to IMDb, scripts, look up some scripts, see how they format them. Writing a script is not easy.
No.
It's a formula to it. It's not just words on a page. It's where those words are placed at that means everything. This is the action. This is the transition. They don't know those things. This is the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? People don't know these things. This is, they don't know how all that is. This is the exterior, the interior. What does EXT mean? INT. Learn the basics. But read a script to see how it's told, because it's told in pictures. It's not like a book.
Yes.
A book is assumptions, but in a movie, you have to tell that. You got to spill that out. That is a red Corvette. You know what I'm saying? You have to say that.
Right.
It can't be in your mind, So that's basically the formula right there. Just study in terms of people that, how you want to give direction. Follow some directors. Look up the Michael Bays. Look up some of these guys who are hands-on with a lot of actors and actresses. You know what I'm saying? You can't really say like a Steven Spielberg and all that. I mean, they're in sci-fi films. It's a whole nother level. But look at, like I said, the guys like Michael Bay. Just those type of guys. Peter Berg. I was in a couple of his movies. I had an opportunity to work with him on Patriots Day at Spencer Confidential. Just seeing him and Mark Wahlberg, the way they work. Hand them right there. Like, whoa, that'll really help you. So,
yeah.
Steady.
Do you do storyboards and mood boards?
No, because I don't. Reason I don't do it is because when I write my script, it's already written out anyways.
Okay.
People do a storyboard because the way it was written, it really didn't tell the story.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. A lot of dialogue there, but when I write, you've read my scripts. You see how I make it very detailed, just as you do. You know what I mean? Make it detailed.
Yeah, I have a confession. So again, I just wrote my first feature film. Stix was the first person I let see my script. I was so nervous because I had never written a script before. It was just on a Word document at first, but it's not a script until it's a script. So, I put it in script form and I wanted to call you every day. Did you look at it? Did you look at it? But I didn't. I was trying to play it cool, But when you called me back and told me you read it, I was so excited.
It calls you back, explain the whole movie to you too, as well.
Yes.
Explain the whole movie to you. I knew every part like verbatim, and that said a lot. It kept me intrigued. I mean, it was well written. It was a great story, and I was happy for you. I said, she's ready. She's ready. And that was it.
Thank you. So Kaliyah, you told me, you said that your mom sings. Your mom was doing the backgrounds at first, and now you started doing the backgrounds and everything. So you just came up from a whole family of creative people.
Yes.
Your dad sing too?
No, my dad don't sing.
Her grandmother sang. Her grandma sang.
Okay. So Kaliyah, how important is it to have a supportive team behind you?
It's very important, and many people don't really realize that. Sometimes all you need is someone, even if it's one person, to show up and say, I'm proud of you, or even just show up and see you doing what you're doing. It's very important. And I feel like if Steven wasn't on me, when I was a little younger, Steven really had to be on me because, it's like you're focused, but at the same time, it's like, you got to keep staying focused. And he was really that person for me, just pushing me to stay focused. Because, friends and parties and all that other stuff. He's like, if you want to do this, you got to do this, and you can have fun later. And that was really not the hardest thing, but it was one of the biggest things that I really had to get into. Just, I do this now, I got fun later. I still was having fun every now and then, but it was just like, get into that mode, so you get into your grind and continue to do what you have to do to be who you want to be.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think it's very important.
So Kaliyah, what is your favorite project that you've been on so far, and why? Now this could be music or it could be acting, because you're so talented and in different areas. Yeah.
I have like two.
Okay.
My newest one is to because I'm starting something new, starting to be a producer. It's very exciting to do something and learning it at the same time. Like he's teaching me and I'm learning and I'm teaching somebody else. So it's big, but it's very it's cool to learn and teach somebody else. And my other one, I would say, would be the Stay Fly. It was basically, I know it was a cast and a movie. Everybody just, that's a movie and that's a cast, but I just felt very family-like. Like it was a big family, happy, and it was during COVID, and we had our masks and all that, but it still felt like we was all there together, like it was in harmony. Mm-hmm. So that was probably my favorite one.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go a little off script because you do have your artist there. I want to know a little bit about your artist now.
Come on, talk to the people. I'm gonna turn it. There you go.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm Tooch Villafana. I am her newest artist. I am the newest artist of Spotlight Records, Spotlight Entertainment. And I am also an actress. I study with Stella Adler in New York. I am also an artist, a songwriter. And Kaliyah is actually my first time doing anything professional as far as music is concerned. And she's been teaching me a lot as far as doing solo music, which I've done, just being in the studio. My cousin has a studio, playing around, and being in the studio with them where it's a whole nother 360 because everything is professional, everything is on point, and everything is time oriented, and you got to be on it. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a different energy, and I definitely appreciate this young lady. And as you said, I am so impressed with her, and I am so proud of her. 18 and has done all these amazing things, and I feel like it's just such an honor and a blessing to be able to work with Mr. Stix and this young lady.
Awesome, awesome. So what type of artist are you? What type of music do you do?
I do right now. We're doing a little bit of hip hop, R&B, but me, I'm just like I like all kinds of music as long as the message is positive. Like I'm big on positivity and I'm big on building people up, not tearing them down. I'm also a certified motivational speaker, by the way.
Okay.
I'm definitely into health and wellness and mental health and wellness as well.
Okay. Well, I personally wish you the best of luck on your journey in this music industry. It is hard, but it is so worth it. So, stay in there. You're gonna have some up days, you're gonna have some down days. Stick to it. And I already know you're gonna bang out some bangers. So
I feel like that's because I'm already starting off on a great foot. I already have a great team.
right.
So thank you and many blessings to you as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so back to Kaliyah. I got a question for you. How in the world, actually, I got a question for both y'all. This is for both. How do you balance school for you, Kaliyah, school and acting and working, and family and just a regular personal life? How do you balance this? And same question basically for Stix.
Well, if anybody knew my mom, she a worker.
Yes.
We grind for real. It's work hard, play later. Definitely been instilled for me since I was young.
That's the family trait, right?
Yeah,
That's the family trait.
Get it so you can be it.
Yeah, get it so you can be it.
That's really all I can say.
And I reiterate that. I mean, same thing. I mean, I'm up at 5 in the morning no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
We could be traveling or whatever. We could be done on the set at 3 o'clock in the morning. At 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm up like a zombie, And I work from 7 to 5. And after that, we got this. We got interviews. We got studio. We got to travel. We got to go to New York. We got to go to the airport. I don't know any other way.
Mm-hmm.
And the balance is God first. So, like I always said, 1% talent, 99% business, 100% faith, and our faith is what? God. So with God, you can do anything. All things is possible. So
I know we're saying we do a lot, but we also have, that little time and space because you have to take care of yourself as well.
Absolutely.
You take care of yourself, you pray, you meditate, whatever you do for yourself, we do that. It's not like we're working ourselves and we take care of ourselves.
Yeah, we take good care of ourselves, and that's the thing about it. I was on set with you in Atlanta. I said, hey, I gotta go take this to my doctor. I had to do my physical. And I had, as a veteran, I had to do my physical over the phone. But I had to do my blood work and all that stuff before I came to Atlanta. And then you gotta take care of yourself. And I tell her the same thing. You gotta eat right, you gotta sleep right, and you gotta take care of yourself. But when you have to grind and you gotta miss that sleep, you'll make it up later on.
Okay. Kaliyah, what do you do for fun?
What I do for fun? I have friends. I have like a couple friends. I go out, listen to music. Music is instilled in general. Dance and I paint every now and then. Just anything to free the mind, clear the mind, space, and all that.
Mm-hmm. So you graduate in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And what are your plans after graduation?
My plans right now is this movie, the Kaliyah movie. And also I'm touring, trying to travel a little bit more. Yeah. Especially because it's the summer and I'm out of school, so I can do a lot more traveling and get on a lot more things because I have a little more time. Because school is taking a lot. So, but school is important. Don't get me wrong. School is important.
Yeah.
Probably gonna see if I can do online schooling in the fall. But that's about it.
Okay. So, Stix, you wrote Untold, the back and forth story. Yeah. Can you tell us about that? I have the honor of being a part of that. Yeah. I'm playing Little Kim in the movie. So I'm hype up.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was really easy because I did my research. I know a lot of the people that were part of our life, like Big Mo. A lot of people that are part of that movie, I know them. And I know Chrissy Murray personally, and she was the VP over at Atlantic Records. And so I had the opportunity to talk to her, just quite a few people that were part of it. And I had Kaliyah every step of the way. So I would tell her, hey, listen, this is how we're going to do this or whatever. Then after that, I kind of twisted. I said, you know what? You're going to be yourself. And you're going to be yourself. And this is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? They're gonna tell the story and they're gonna compare you to Aaliyah. You know, that type of thing. And that's how I ended up doing it. You know, that's why it's called Untold, the back and forth story, you know, because they're going back and forth telling the story. And I also wanted to respect the family because at the end of the day, there was a version made of her, and Kaliyah and I definitely wasn't going to make anything that was already done. We wanted to show a different perspective. And I think we pretty much did that. You know, you had opportunity to read the script, you know, and it's very meaningful. And I put a lot of characters like Little Kim, Biggie, Pac, all those people in Mac, you know, have all those different characters within it because these were people that were part of her life,
Mhm.
you know. And I never met Aaliyah, but I know Kaliyah, and from what I studied of Aaliyah, Kaliyah gives me that same vibe in real life, you know. And the funny thing is, Chrissy Murray, who Williams is playing her, she's the VP of Atlantic. She told me personally, she said, "You remind me of Aaliyah's dad," and that's what I'm playing. I'm playing Aaliyah's dad. So I
Okay.
got an opportunity to play her dad again, and I said, "Wow, then you know we must be on something then, you know, because just being in this young lady's you know zone and presence for the last 6 years has been amazing, you know. So who better to play Aaliyah than somebody whose mother named her after her? She was born August 28th. Aaliyah passed away August 25th, and she named her after her. So, you know, who better to get that opportunity to do it, you know, and that's where it's at.
Okay. Okay. All right. So can you guys tell us how we can reach you? What's your next project that's coming out first? Because again, you got a lot of projects.
We're doing working on her album right now.
Okay.
We're working on Chooch's album. We're working on the soundtrack for the Aaliyah movie, which we want to have you a part of as well. Because what people don't know, this woman is a famous singer all over the world, all international superstar, like for real, for real. And from Oscars, Grammys, and all that stuff. So it's a whole nother story now. Definitely want you a part of it. She can go. So, but I'm working on that. We're doing the Judge Not movie, as you know, the Sandra Velez movie. We have an opportunity to work with her on that. The Untold story, working on that. Working on the Fallen City 2022. We're working on that as well. So just a few different things. Your movie's coming up. I get an opportunity to play Mr. G in that. Hopefully we find something for my girls over here to do something. Even if they just walking down. That's me pushing that cart. You see that?
That's me right there.
Yeah, that's it. That was me. You didn't see me? Oh, the rewind that. Stop it. So yeah, so just just whatever God puts in our path. The thing about it though is that I was talking to my consultant today, and she's from Rough Riders. Her name's Amelia. What's up, Amelia? She's like, Stix, I love you to pieces, but your mind, we gotta learn how to shut your mind off. She said, because you have 15 things going on, and by tomorrow you got 22 things going on.
That's me.
Yep, and you attempting to do them all instead of like. So I was gonna talk to Kaliyah. I said, Kaliyah, today, we gotta just focus on a particular thing because with me, just the creativeness just comes out.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it just comes out. So I gotta really work on that. I do.
Yeah. I can relate. Even when I try to go to sleep, I'm thinking about so many things that I have to literally get up and put it all out. And since I'm a creative, I have to make that flyer. I gotta write it out. I have to see it. So it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing sometimes.
That blessing and the curse, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So drop how people can reach you guys, how they can follow you guys, and everything.
Okay, you guys can catch me on Instagram at Kaliyah Official, KALIYAH0FFICIAL, and I'm also on Facebook at Kaliyah Gaulin, KALIYAHGAULIN.
And you could catch me, my full name, Stephen, STEPHE, Stix, STIX, Josey, JOSEY, at anything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I make it easy. Even if you want to hit me up personally at Yahoo, Steve Stix Joe. Just keep it simple. That's it.
Right. It's the same for me. Butter be rocker everywhere. Like
It is. Yeah, that's it. Butter B. That's
yeah. Well, I would like to thank you guys so much for being a part of Transparency Talks podcast. And with that being said, everybody in Facebook world and on YouTube and every other place, hello to my people over in Italy and London. Where else we at? We're in Nigeria. We're in South Africa. We're in Detroit. Hello. We're in Japan. I said Japan. Yeah, we're in Japan. So with all that being said, we are out of here. We'll talk to you guys later.
It's you out.